Another marketing illusion or a truly exclusive luxury brand? What's the hype about Goyard? This is definitely one of the most interesting luxury brand research I have done so far. Let me share what I have found. I have got a ton of inquiries to review a Goyard bag. To be honest, as a newbie in this market, that was the first time I even heard about this brand. I've looked it up and I found the history quite interesting. When I went on their website and see no online sales, not even price disclosures, I thought to myself, alright, we're looking at another luxury brand playing the mind games to lure more people to buy their virtually but not actually limited or exclusive products. The more I digged about the history of this brand, the more I started to question my initial prejudice about the brand. I started my research at purseblog.com. They have a great article on Goyard brand. There were a list of facts strike me about Goyard that is quite unusual for today's luxury brands. They're still privately owned. They do not advertise nor engage with press by design, have a quite limited catalog, no online sales, and very few locations that you can actually buy the products in person. They personalize the bags by hand, even though they stop manually printing their Goyard canvas. And lastly, they customize anything in their field. The most interesting example to that was the trunk that turns into a writing desk they built for the writer of Sherlock Holmes. In addition, I found too many articles in Vogue magazine showing celebrity fans of this brand showcasing their bags here and there. And since they don't run advertising or pay partnerships, it seems like they have true fans in the celebrity circles. But my first problem with Goyard brand started after reading the claims of Goyard being the oldest leather good house that is still in business. Goyard brand dates back to 1853, which is a year before the establishment of Louis Vuitton. But upon checking Goyard's catalog, I have seen that their choice of material is coated canvas, not leather. Leather is the second accent material they use in their most popular designs. And with this profile, I think it's not a true leather goods brand, in my opinion. If you're not familiar with coated canvas, it's the material made very popular by Louis Vuitton. It's the brown leather-looking fabric that is common in their most popular designs. Many people think that's leather, but in fact, it's fabric, usually cotton, linen, or polyester backing covered with PVC, also known as plastic, to form a durable, scratch and water-resistant material. But it's not leather. And then I realized my next challenge was going to be how to get one of these bags with their no online sales strategy. For this one, I decided to go the pre-love route. So here is the Mini Anjou bag I bought from Fashion File for about $1,900. Now, another issue started to bug my mind because I read during my research that 95% of Goyard bags out there are fakes, which is quite shocking and scary when buying from pre-loved markets. So of course I did some learning for my own assessment, and I will run it through Entropy to make sure before we chop this up. The Entropy app walked me through a few pictures for the outside and internal materials of the bag. We submitted the pictures requested and the results came back in 10 minutes. The bag was authentic. I'm happy to move on with dissection at this point. In first glance, the bag looks very lightweight, unshaped. It's a super simple design, nothing complicated, internal or external. Looks like very casual daily bag. The canvas looks soft and durable. It's a nice feel to it. It's plasticky, and we know it's plastic, so it's nothing surprising here. The good part I like about the bag is the leather, which is the interior lining. It also serves as a reversible material that you can use the leather face of the bag if you like that look. And the leather really touches, looks, and feels great. So I already have good expectation about leather being really good out of this dissection. And the next thing I checked was the stitching. It looks very nicely done. It's machine stitching for the most part, except the closing loops at the ends of some handle attachments. Overall, it's a nice stitching work, but again, this is not very complex or difficult bag to put together. It's not rocket science. I do not expect any red flags on an expensive luxury bag like this. This is a very simple design, a basic bag to put together. Although it is simple, every little piece that requires attention to detail is done properly. all these little stitch ends are tied in a knot so it doesn't come unravel in time. It gives me the confidence that whoever made this bag, whichever workshop, take the time to take care of all the little points that might become a point of error in the future. So it's definitely not a cheap and fast work. It shows the quality and mindset behind the makers of this bag. We removed the finish on top of this leather. There's a minimal amount of pigment. Finish came off. I would call this a tumbled semi-aniline calfskin. It's beautiful. The touch, the feel, and the look of the leather is very natural. Absolute top of the line leather selection. I'm very happy to see at least the accent leather they use is high quality. I also wanted to apply acetone to see what's going to happen to coated canvas, as I'm not an expert on this material. It turns out very little plastic layer on top of a good quality canvas fabric on the bottom. It was pretty easy to scrape off until we find the fabric. I think that's what makes the Goyard fabric very soft, good touch, and lightweight, which is famous for. It is a thinner layer on top of the fabric when I compare it to Louis Vuitton canvas. Probably that's not as durable, but also comes with the benefits of softness and lightweight. So it looks like a nicely done canvas cover on a good quality fabric. I've seen some edge paint issues on social media before. Goyard handles bleeding color onto people's shirt. And sometimes chemicals may react differently in different conditions, but the ones I tried here on the dry rubbing or the wet rubbing didn't release much color, so it seems like the problem doesn't exist here. Maybe they improved things, or it was a very specific conditions that caused that reaction. I see about 6 square foot of really good calfskin in front of me, and probably 5 square foot of canvas would be enough to make a bag of this size. Now, I'm not a canvas expert and I don't know the pricing, so I'm gonna use the most expensive leather pricing for the canvas as well, assuming canvas would be cheaper than that. So my canvas and leather total will be $110, and assembling a basic bag like this in France shouldn't be more than $90, coming down to a total of $200 to put a bag like this together. After opening this bag up, I understand that the Goyard is a pretty high quality, lightweight canvas. Although it's not leather, it's a good material. And this project had really nice on it, so kudos for that. I've seen good craftsmanship, a simple design but high quality materials put together. So my estimate of $200 to make a bag like this does not justify the $2,600 brand new price for this bag. Even though used market, I paid $1,900, which holds its value pretty good, it seems like. I think the justification of the brand may come from the true luxury exclusivity behavior the brand is holding for centuries now. It seems like they're not flooding the market with thousands of products and then spend millions to make you think they are limited and exclusive, which most other luxury brands do. So I have a lot more respect for this true exclusivity mindset that brand is sticking with. At the end of the day, it's a simple plastic covered fabric bag with a leather lining. It doesn't definitely justify the $2,600 price tag if you're just looking at the materials and the quality as a person like me. If you like to carry a logo that has a heritage and centuries in making, this might be for you. It's good quality materials, good craftsmanship, and they don't try to allure you with a lot of marketing dollars. So at least there's a truth to their exclusivity in my experience so far. I hope you find this investigation helpful to understand Goyard brand, and if you want to check out more reviews, you can see this LV Never Full review we did here earlier in this channel. Until next time, stay leather-tained.